guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. Today we're going to be talking about the newest fragrance release from Burberry, and this is Goddess Eau de Parfum. So this is the bottle, and this fragrance is described as vanilla lavender scent, which sounds so much up my alley that I decided to blind buy it. And with blind buys, I mean, I kind of know what I like, so most of the times I am good with my blind buys. Whatever I buy, I like it. Sometimes, but not always. Like, it can happen sometimes that a fragrance will surprise you and not necessarily in a good way. So with this fragrance, I don't think I was surprised. This is pretty much all I expected from it. Didn't really turn out to be like mind-blowing, but at the same time, it did not disappoint. So definitely a good fragrance in my books, but let's have a look at the notes properly. So according to Fragrantica, we have top notes of vanilla, lavender, cacao, and ginger. Then in middle note, it's vanilla caviar, which if you're interested are those beans that are in the pods, nothing to do with a real caviar. And then base notes of vanilla absolute. So a lot of vanilla, as you can see, but what I find quite interesting, you can easily detect all those like notes mentioned in here, like maybe not different types of vanilla, but you can definitely get like a lot of lavender, you can get cacao note, and that ginger that add this kind of like interesting twist to this fragrance. I've heard many people say that this is a generic vanilla scent, and I personally do not agree. I mean, I get where you come from, because, you know, this is a vanilla scent. Obviously, there is some lavender, which, I mean, lavender is not like a super unique scent either, but I don't think this is super generic. Maybe it's not the most unique release of this year, but I definitely wouldn't describe it as generic. First of all, the vanilla we have in here is very feminine. It's kind of like sweet, gentle vanilla, so I wouldn't describe this fragrance as unisex. It's more on the feminine side in my books. But because of that lavender, that it always seems to me that lavender makes things so much more elegant. So because of that lavender, this fragrance is sexy, but not like in your face sexy, not like too much sexy. It's like elegant sexy, like I didn't even try, but like here we are, sexy. So I definitely love it about it. I think this is like a perfect like first date night kind of fragrance when you want to be like seductive but like not too much. And then there's this ginger note that adds this interesting twist to this fragrance. I think without this ginger note, this fragrance would actually be quite boring and maybe possibly even quite generic. But the ginger note changes things from alright to really good. So as I mentioned before, I think this is like a great date night scent. I mean, first date, yes, but I think any other date as well. This is a very seductive yet not super provocative fragrance. I think it's more like a nighttime or like an evening kind of a fragrance rather than a daytime. But I mean, completely up to you. I guess I would just probably wear this like towards the evening. And because of all that sweetness and added lavender, I would personally wear this over the autumn, because to me this is like a perfect autumnal fragrance. The lasting power is what you could expect from Eau de Parfum, so I would say like 5-6 hours. The sillage is quite good, but people will definitely notice it. So with that in mind, possibly not the best fragrance to wear at work, specifically if you work very closely with other people, but I do think this is a really gorgeous fragrance. As for whether this fragrance actually reminds me of any other scent I have in my collection, I mean, I did check on Fragrantica. Many people actually say that this reminds them of Mon Guerlain. I don't really see these fragrances are similar. I mean, there are some notes that are similar, but I think this is like a completely different vibe. Mon Guerlain, those fragrances, I find them to be more romantic, whereas this one is more of a statement fragrance in my opinion. As for the general vibe, you know, elegant, sexy kind of vibe, I think it kind of slightly reminds me of the Mugler's Angel Elixir, you know, the 2023 release. It's giving me a similar vibe, even though this one is vanilla lavender, the other one is more like vanilla ambery. So even though these fragrances are quite different, they're giving me like a similar kind of elegant, sexy vibe. But I don't really see this being similar to Mon Guerlain that much. Quite a few people mentioned Kayali, Silk Santal, and I completely disagree. I just don't really see any similarity between these fragrances whatsoever. With Mon Guerlain, at least I can see why so many people find it similar, but with Kayali fragrance, honestly, I don't know why. I mean, we all experience fragrances differently, so I'm not saying that's impossible. I just personally don't really get it. Okay guys, so these are my thoughts about the new Goddess by Burberry. I definitely recommend it for vanilla lovers, but this is, again, this is not your indulgent dessert like vanilla. This one is a little bit more on this kind of like, I would say, sophisticated side. But I definitely recommend this to vanilla lovers. If you're not sure, just test it before buying. I blind bought it and I'm happy with my purchase, but I knew I would like these notes anyway. Okay guys, so this is everything from me today. For more fragrance related videos, check these ones over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care, bye!